Minnesota has an abundance of talented musicians. Welcome to A Taste of Talent on the Road, where we will chat with Minnesota musicians of any genre, talking about their story and their music, shining a light on diversity in local music. I am your host, Jacob Woody. Let's find out what is vibing in the hearts and souls of Minnesota music. This is A Taste of Talent on the Road. Hey everybody, welcome to A Taste of Talent on the Road. My name is Jacob Woody, and I have the honor today of sitting down with Miss Katie Baker. Thank you so much for joining, and you can plug in and play whenever you're ready to go.
I'm still holding onto the mag I found on the ground at a rockin' K. Still holding that wood in a heart you found in the dark and you gave to me. Still writing the same old lines of loss and loneliness, and I'm still trying to find my mind. But at that I'm not the best, cause I'm still here while they go, go, go. I'm still here while they leave, leave, live. I'm still here while they no, no, no. I'm still here and where to find me. I'm still paying that grand for rent at that empty apartment up the stairs. Still trying to get to church, cause my heart hurts, but at least I care. Still writing the same old rhymes of anger and regret, and I'm still trying to find my mind. But at that I'm not the best, cause I'm still here while they go, go, go. I'm still here while they leave, leave, leave. I'm still here while they no, no, no. I'm still here and where to find me. You see, all of my muses moved to see. Oh, how could I think I was important enough to make them stay still here? Why don't they stay still here? I'm still here while they go, go, go. I'm still here while they leave, leave, leave. I'm still here while they no, no, no. I'm still here and where to find me. Ra-ra-ta, ra-ra-ta. Ra-ra-ta, ra-ra-ta, na-na-na-na-na. Ra-ra-ta, ra-ra-ta. Where to find me.
Yeah, I love that tune. And it's actually a really good choice for a first tune because that kind of segues really well with the Taste of Talent stuff, because you performed that the last one that you, at the last Taste of Talent. So it just works out great. And we're here in the park in Detroit Lake, so we're giving people great music.
Yes, yes.
Katie Baker, how have you been? What's been going on?
Well, it's been a lot of music. We just, me and my bandmates took a 3-month kind of break, but we got to do a ton of practice during that time. So I've actually been learning the drums for the past 5 months.
Nice.
And there is nothing as humbling as the just constant failure trying to learn the drums.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
And then just, getting done with school, with students. They were a ton of fun, and I play for them, which is a blast. And then a lot of church, play on the church worship team. And so lots of music, lots of people, lots of love, lots of fun.
Love it. God, I love it. Real quick, I would really like to thank you for playing at Taste of Talent and everything. And unfortunately, of how the world has been, we couldn't have had another one. So I turned it into a phoenix.
That's perfect.
Or it's a different breed, but it's pretty much the same gist.
You're so clever.
Try to be. That's the key. You might want to, you can kind of fake it till you make it almost. Well, actually, what's kind of cool is that it's kind of an interesting situation because we did an interview years ago on Niji Radio, like 2016.
Oh my gosh, it was
so long ago. But my goodness, but I'm just very thankful for you to come on this show and be so generous for it. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Yeah. I love it.
Oh, it's always fun. It's always good to share music. Yes. Always. Let's go way back. What got your start in music?
Well, we've got my dad's side of the family. My grandpa is Kenny Baker, and he was kind of locally popular for playing at dance barns, and he played the polka and the waltz. And so I got a huge dose of rhythm and just entertainment from watching him. And my dad's pretty stellar on the drums, so that runs in that side of the family. And then on my mom's side of the family, my grandma plays accordion. And yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And so I've got accordion on both sides of the family. And then my mom owned a karaoke business, so we just kind of grew up with it. It's expected that somebody in each generation is going to have the music thirst.
Oh,
and I definitely was the one who got that.
And you took up the mantle. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it was helpful that like my dad gave me the classic rock that type of music, and my mom, she liked country and folk music, and I even heard the Cajun and bluegrass over there.
Oh yeah.
And then my brothers were all into Rob Zombie and Limp Bizkit, so I got to hear all that fun stuff and got highly addicted to that heavy stuff. And so I just learned to love everything. And then we watched Phantom of the Opera in 5th grade, and then I got hooked on opera music too. So I was like, is there any end to the amazingness? So I definitely like every genre.
Well, that's good. A plethora of inspiration then.
Yes, definitely.
That's good. And I'm sure, as we'll kind of mention later, that also influences you when you're writing your own music and stuff. And maybe even you're taking some snippets from others, and we'll discuss more on that later. But
oh gosh,
it's always beneficial to get a huge range of music at a young age. So then it helps. It really does.
It does.
So did your dad teach you how to play guitar then too, or
nope?
Who taught you to play guitar?
My mother brought me a guitar when I was in 7th grade, and I had tried a variety of instruments. I tried the drums, but they made me play the xylophone first, and I was like, this is not cool. The end. I'm not doing this. Sure. And the violin, tried that in elementary, but I ended up quitting that too. I hate to say I'm a quitter because that's not really what I am today. And I know there was more that I tried, but nothing really spoke to me, and I had a habit with clashing with my instructors too. In retrospect, it was totally me. If any of my old band people are watching, my band instructors, I'm sorry. I'll just say that. I'm really sorry. And so she brought me a guitar, and I had never really fiddled around with them before, and I just fell in love with the sound of how pretty it was. And I was like, ooh, and then what happens if I do this? What happens if I do this? And so just the endless sounds that you can make with the guitar totally hooked me and drew me in.
Sure. And
I tried making, patterns with my fingers that sounded beautiful before I even knew what a chord was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I wrote a song because I was writing songs way before that, but I didn't have, music to go with it. I would just sing to, a tape player where you got the box, the typical box tape player recorder. You stick it in there and you press record, and I just sing my songs. I have notebooks full of them. Woo! I'm revealing my age right now.
Just as long as it wasn't an A track, it was maybe cassettes. So you're not really dating, but it's a little distant. But
thank you for that.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
So the guitar, I was like, oh my gosh, I finally have something to go with my music. And then I found out I could do the guitar first and then write the music to go with that, or write the lyrics to go with that. So it was just a whole new, I can pick now what to do first, and that opened a million doors. And so it was really a godsend. Thank you, Mother, for bringing me the guitar.
And it's always good to have those inspirations, of course, because I'm guessing your mother probably a big inspiration on you, because since she bought you the guitar. Who else would be a big inspiration for you, other than, of course, your mom and dad?
Oh, that's a really good question. Do they have to be people I know?
Thank you. Thank you. No, they don't have to be. They just ones who inspired you in any shape or form.
Well, just seeing my grandpa on my dad's side, my grandma on my mom's side get up there and entertain people, and people dance to it was like, oh, that is so cool. I'm like, I want to make people dance. I'm like, that is just beautiful. Steven Tyler with his voice, I always thought that he had just this epic craziness to his voice, you know, just the way it sounded, not necessarily his range, but the way his voice sounded was so unique. When he starts singing, you could tell it's him. Right. I'm like, I want one of those voices that you can tell it's me when I'm singing. And so that's something I worked on. And of course, Shania Twain's kind of the queen of country for me in my generation. So that her range and her sassiness, that inspired me as well, big time. Sure. But then somebody gave me a Flyleaf album when I was like 14, and she can kind of scare some people, but I really like that type of music. And so like just her fierceness and her passion and what she sings about are things that matter in our souls and in our world. Right. And so that was inspiring too, lyrically especially.
Right. Well, let's take those inspirations and plug them into something nice. Let's have another tune.
This one was kind of inspired by John Prine.
Oh, yes.
I have no idea if it sounds anything like it, but just the guitar. I try. Okay, you can be the judge of if it sounds anything like it or not.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay, it's called "It Ain't the Coffee."
Ooh.
This morning, kicking it, sipping coffee with you. The sooner in the morning, conversations of gardens and music and news. How could such a simple time make me wanna change my mind? With my heart wide open, open wide. It ain't the coffee in this cup, no. It ain't the caffeine that keeps making me so melodious. It's the sugar kicking in soon. And baby, I'm one quick sip away from in love with you. This evening, throwing lines knee deep in the river. The pink sky evening, the currents can't get any clearer. How could such a feel-good time make me wanna lose my mind? With my heart wide open, open wide. Ooh, it ain't the coffee in this cup, whoa, whoa. It ain't the caffeine that keeps making me so melodious. It's the sugar kicking in soon. And baby, I'm one quick sip away from in love with you. How could such a feel-good time make me wanna lose my mind? Baby, I'm running blind, hoping you'll be mine. Let it ride. Oh, it ain't the coffee, yeah, yeah. It's your eyes on me. Oh, oh, baby, I'm one quick sip away from it. Love with you.
beautiful. I can hear some John Prine in there.
Yes,
I can.
victory.
Yes, I can. Oh, I love that tune. And yes, I can envision people dancing to it.
Yes.
That's a nice tune. And another thing that we both have in common is we both are graduates of M State Fergus Falls.
We are.
And you, how long were you? How long were you there?
Oh, I was there for a year and a half. I do believe I got a semester out of the way in high school.
Oh, the smart way.
Yeah.
You were part of the smart kids in high school. Okay. Now, I wasn't. I had to do my full 2 years at M State.
I would have loved to stay longer.
Oh, sure.
It's just so personable, I felt.
Yeah. I kind of miss it, but it's a lot of fun there.
Mm-hmm.
And did you go as a music major, or was it? Or
I was just going for my regular AA. I had no idea what to do with my life. I got super involved in the theater. And that was like the best thing that could have happened to me. Sure. Because I got to, choreograph some plays and get that type of experience. Yeah. and dance a lot and meet I'm still friends with quite a few people that I met there. And I'm like, it's Todd Biederman. He's playing up there at night. I told him what to do during Grease. Yeah, that's what I did. And then I see like old friends like Rusty Duncan. Oh, he was a hot shot in Grease. I told him what to do too. And then I see some older friends like my old friend Dana, and I'm like, yeah, I was in plays with him too. This is so much fun. So these relationships, I feel like when you get to college, sometimes they can really last forever.
That's true. And that's also another amazing thing of college is the networking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure you can agree to this, but personally, I have made the closest friendships through college, especially through M State, that I have ever had, that high school never gave me. I have this, little clique of friends because we were in drama as well together. And, it's probably the closest friendships I'll ever have. Mm-hmm. And there's just something that comes, especially from being in a theater troupe together, but just college in general. It just makes you get connected with people more than any.
Yeah, even if you're not, super academic.
Right.
It can still be a fulfilling and progressive experience, especially with those relationships, yeah?
Very true. Well, let's see what M State gave us. Let's hear another tune. Another tune.
Another tune. In my blood-painted memory, in my scar-sketched apathy, I see you, a barricade. There's always something in the way, in this frozen space and time, in the blackened holes in your eyes, I see you, a barricade. There's always something in the way. There's always something in the way from me to you. Always something in the way of me breaking through. And it's not me, yeah, it's you, a barricade. In your stone cold shading lips, and the lines of your fingertips, I see me, a barricade. There's always something in the way from me It's you and me. But in the emptiness of us is where I thrive. Only in this broken trust can I try to survive. I'm forcing out such anger that's bleeding inside. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey! There's always something in the way from me to you. Always something in the way of me breaking the road. And it's not me, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's you and me. It's you and me.
I love that tune. I really do. It's such a good tune. I
It's
really
so
like
easy
it.
to play too, so you can just belt it instead of
There you
thinking
go.
about what you're doing.
And that's the beauty of it.
Simplicity.
Exactly. It's the key. At this moment in time, I would like to show the viewers a tune that you played at the last Taste of Talent. So here's Katie Baker at the 2019 Taste of Talent.
Who are you? Where did you come from? Where was I? Where are my footprints? Oh, what is this burning and burning and burning inside of me? What happened to you? I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know you anymore. Your addiction is stronger than me. Your addiction is the worst thing that ever happened to their family. I am not just some smoke you can inhale. Can't you tell? Your body's burnt and your brain's frail. I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know you anymore. Your addiction is stronger than me. Your addiction
You're listening to A Taste of Talent on the Road, and I'm Jacob Woody. I'm sitting here with Katie Baker, and why don't we just talk about your method for songwriting? Because from what I hear, they're great, and the way you perform them is great because you have a range of dynamics, which, you know, it goes a long way. Instead of having loud all the time, or one is a soft all the time, you make it be a roller coaster of a music, and it's great. So how about we just talk about that a little bit? Like, how do you start with writing a song? Let's start there.
Oh, that's really good. Well, first I've got to have an extreme emotion.
Oh, sure.
If I just, you know, it's like I can't write anything cold turkey. I've got to experience something that is causing an emotion. And so that's probably where I wrote a lot of sad songs when I was like 13, 14, 15. Go figure. I'm a girl. So I had, you know, preteen issues. So I was just writing about how terrible life is, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I felt really strongly about that, you know, life not going right. So, and it's really hard for me to write happy songs, but I've been able to do that. But they're all God-inspired songs,
sure,
because that's what gives me the most joy, I would say. So I've got to have some type of emotion. Anger is always really good. If I'm really angry about something too, that is the one emotion that the song writes itself in like 2 minutes flat.
Right.
It just comes out. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Oh, keep writing. Oh, that's good too. It's so mysterious because sometimes it'll be the guitar first. And I'll find something that's just really cool on the guitar. For example, last summer during COVID. Well, let's see if I can do it. I thought that was really cool. And I'm like, ooh, I should put that in a song. And so then I played around with, you know, a bunch more to figure out, okay, if that's going to be part of my song, whatever part it is, I don't know yet. I got to have like 3 different parts to the song sometimes. Not always. Like with Barricade, it's the same thing over and over and over again. Same with Thief State, over and over and over again. Same thing. Keep it simple. You could do that, but I don't know. These days, I like doing a little bit more, challenging myself more on the guitar.
Sure.
For that growth. But you hear something like that, and you're like, oh, yeah, that should be a song. And then you have to find other parts that go with it. And then once I've got, you know, most of the guitar, like, oh, I've got these 3 or more parts to the guitar. Maybe they'll fit together. Maybe they won't. But now that I got a vibe, what type of thing do I feel like writing about? What type of thing should fit this song? And you know, then I usually think of somebody or something.
Right.
And like that particular one, it wasn't a sad type of tone or anything. So I had to think about something exciting, but yet something everyone can relate to. Because that's the key, like you said. If you want anybody to listen to your music, they got to be able to relate to it.
That's the one. Yep.
And so that's sometimes how it goes. And, you know, sometimes the lyrics will come right out. And sometimes... Can I show them? Can I? Sometimes something like this happens. Where it's all crossed out. There's scribbles everywhere, and I just hate the song afterwards. I'm like, this is not working. It's complete garbage. But the guitar part's still good. I'm going to keep the guitar part. But so that happens sometimes where you try and try and try. And then I just have to put it on the back burner for a little while and be like, well, I'll try again next week with that song. Definitely have to write down or record the guitar part because you'll forget it, you know?
Right.
And sometimes it's the complete opposite. Some days I just feel like writing some rhymes and some poetry. I get really creative with figurative language. I'm huge into metaphors and similes and alliteration, like super into that. So sometimes I just feel like writing the most compact poetry, something really awesome. And it's usually because of an emotion has triggered it. And then I'll be like, oh, that's really good. That should be a song. And then I'll putz around for a long time trying to figure out what sounds are going to go well with this song.
Sure.
And sometimes it happens right away, and sometimes it takes 6 months. There was one guitar part that I had for probably 5 years, and I had written probably a dozen different lyrics for it and scrapped them until finally, gosh, I wish I could remember who it was. Somebody was talking. It may have been, no, it couldn't have been at church. I don't know. But somebody was talking about, negative Nancy's and the idea of just personifying negativity and calling it Nancy. I think that's so cool. So I was like, I'm going to write a song about Nancy, about how negativity just creeps into my brain somehow. Even on the best days, I think that happens to everybody. It's it's a good day. Why does this negative thought just decide to bash its way into my mind? And so I wrote a song about that. And those lyrics, like, as soon as I zeroed in on that subject and I had the guitar part, I knew the guitar part like the back of my hand because I've been trying to write lyrics for it for 5 years. It just came out and it was just perfectly matched. And I was like,
Oh, there we go.
Why did it take so long? It was like mind-blowing. So there's not really a method with me.
Right. Well, that's always okay. That's good, I think, because it's songwriting is so weird. I personally don't understand it either. There's just certain things. There's certain things I don't get it. Like, why did this happen, but I can't get this one to write? Like, I have difficulty writing about a person more than a situation or a feeling. Like, I can't think of someone and write a song about them. I have to think of our situations to figure it out that way. It just baffles me. Like, why can't I do that?
Yeah.
But
I wonder if there's any songwriters out there who have a method and they know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
If they have it down to that science or not.
I don't know. I mean, even some of the greats I don't even think have method to it. Do you ever get songs in dreams? Because like Paul McCartney gets a lot of his songs through his dreams. Like Hey Jude was from a dream. No, not Hey Jude. Sorry. No. What's the... Oh, no. It's not... David Stoddard's going to be mad at me.
Ooh. Nope. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
And find myself in times of trouble. Mother Mary comes to me. Let it be. Let it be.
All right.
Let it be came to him in a dream. So do you ever get possibly a dream, a song through a dream?
I don't think that's ever happened to
No,
me.
yeah, and I'm trying to find someone else who has, and I can't because I haven't gotten it either.
They must be out there.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I had somebody, it may have been my mom, who was like, you should keep a notebook by your bed in case things come to you in your sleep. So maybe it happened with her. I snooped in her old files and found some poetry once. I don't know who they were about, but I was like, ooh, this is juicy.
Well, speaking of amazing songwriting, let's hear another tune.
All right.
Oh, we're plowing through it.
All right. All right. I think since we talked about the Nancy song, I better play that one for you.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, and so now you get to hear the guitar part that haunted me for like 5 years. It's so pretty. Okay. I think it's the first song I wrote that had some bar chords in it. Yeah,
moving up in the world.
Straight up, level up. I show my guitar students that, and they're like, "Why haven't you taught us the B yet? Why haven't you taught us the B chord?" I'm like, "You wanna see it? This is called a bar chord." And they're like, "Oh."
Yeah, do you want you to hate yourself that early? I don't think so.
Never ever gonna be able to do that. Like, no, you can do it. PSA, you can do a bar chord. Hey Nancy, you're rubbing me the wrong way. Oh Nancy, things I shouldn't be, shouldn't be, shouldn't be. And you shake me like a time bomb when everything was going right. And I'm oblivious to where you come from at night. And you break me like a promise when everything was going my way. Oh, please don't stay, please don't stay, Nancy. You leave the door as open as a midnight November moon. At the same time, you lock me in my own room, and you shake me like a time bomb when everything was going right. And I'm oblivious to where you come from at night. And you break me like a promise when everything was going my way. Oh, please don't stay, please don't stay, Nancy. Well, Nancy, she really hates me. I know I can't be happy when she's around. When she's around, she brings me down like abandoned houses on forgotten property. When she's around, she brings me down like abandoned houses on forgotten property. Where's my happy? Where's my happy? My happy, oh, please don't stay, please don't stay, Nancy. Ooh. Yeah.
I can see why the guitar part was in your head a lot.
Yeah.
That sounded great. I love that tune. Yeah. Where can people find your music?
Oh, well. Good question.
Well, let's see.
I have some original music on. Actually, I think most of the songs I played today are on YouTube. If you just type in Katie Angeline Baker as one word, they should pop up. I think there's like 6 of them out there. One of my mom's favorites is called Snow Globe. I don't remember how to play it at all. I've been thinking I should like go back and try to remember how to play all of the music I wrote 10 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
what an adventure that would be. Or if I could even figure it out. I think my notebooks are stashed somewhere. But though there's like 6 songs on YouTube that you could find. It's just me and my guitar in a studio. It's pretty well done. My friend Evan Schmidt from Igrisomnia Records in Millerville.
Another thing that we have in common is we're both into education.
Yes.
I'm personally pursuing a music ed degree now at MSUM.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Be a band teacher. So I can sympathize with your learning drums problem.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could ask a personal question. Is were any pointers for a beginning teacher as myself or anyone else watching or listening?
Oh my gosh, you gotta be patient with yourself and don't take things personally. For me, I I got stuck on that a lot when I started teaching. I wanted everybody to like me. And it's the public, dude. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's all there is to it. So just expect that there are going to be some adults and students who just aren't going to like you no matter what you do, and don't bend over backwards to make it happen, because that's just how it goes. Yeah. So that's like number one for me. And be patient and reflective with yourself. You know, when something goes wrong, take a step back and analyze it and learn from it. Don't get down. You know, have that growth mindset. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. The growth mindset is super key.
Sure.
Yeah. Like my first 5 years of teaching, I really wanted to actually quit. I didn't know if it was for me because a lot of students didn't like me because I had high expectations. And I, you know, in any public setting or any work environment, there's bound to be someone that you don't 100% get along with. Yeah. And it was just, the teacher burnout is real. And I saw that so much in some of my coworkers that I was like, is this really how it is teaching? And the expectations for teachers are super, super, super high. I would dare say unrealistic. And so giving yourself patience to be able to tackle as many of the responsibilities as you can, and knowing that there's no way in the world that it's going to be perfect. It's just choosing the priorities. Yeah, but I stuck with it. Now I have my dream job. I just love it so much. I'm glad I didn't quit. Oh, and okay, one more thing.
Yes.
If you get your first job, if you don't love it, it's not, there's no shame in folding and finding another workplace that might not be your home. There's probably something out there for you much better. Sure. So like for me, I felt like a quitter. You know, I just felt like such a quitter. And so don't feel that way. Go search for your own home. It's an adventure. It's so cool.
Cool. Well, thank you, because it's a certain thing that I'm excited for, but there, of course, is some nervousness. Oh, gosh. It's like, but I mean, you're training for it all these years, but then you don't know what it's like until you are actually in the classroom, and then you're the adult in the room.
All of a sudden, the tables have turned, children.
It's like, oh, I actually have to be an adult now. Okay, all right, settle down or something, you know.
They really love it when you're goofy, so you can let that child inner heart come out. Yes, especially as a band teacher. Honestly.
Oh, you got. I honestly think that is part of their criteria to be a band teacher. You have to be goofy.
Yeah.
You have to be. You can't be serious and have a fun band, I think. I think it's, I hate to say that it's that time, but I think it's almost that time to say goodbye. Let's have one last tune.
My God has won the battle. My God has won the war. My God is my survival. Forevermore. Nothing can separate us now. I am a super conqueror in Christ. Now fear has no chain upon my life. Oh, darkness trembles. My God has won the battle. Hey! Satan trembles under my feet. I am God's warrior. I have victory. the battle. Well, I am no slave, he has conquered the grave. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Hey, 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 I am no slave, he has conquered the grave. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I am a super conqueror in Christ. Now fear has no chain upon my life. Whoa, darkness trembles. My God has won the battle. Well, I am no slave, he has conquered the grave. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Hey, 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 I am no slave, he has conquered the grave. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's good. I like it a lot. Well, Katie Baker, thank you so much for being on the show. I had a lot of fun, and I think we talked a lot of good topics. And again, just thank you for joining. And I thought this was a lot better than the last one.
I think we both grown a little bit.
I think so. Maybe more than a little bit. Awesome. Yes, thank you for listening and watching. My name has been Jacob Woody. This is Katie Baker, and this was Taste of Talent on the Road. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. The following program has been brought to you by the Minnesota Arts, Cultural, and Heritage Fund. If you like what you hear and like to hear more, you can check out nijiradio.org or prx.org. I am Jacob Woody, and you've been listening to A Taste of Talent on the Road. Thank you so much for your time.